The pistons are not it's... This is frustrating. I guess grind down the advanced rotor and put it back on. Come on. There we go. 7. Okay. Now let's see. Do the pistons attach? Yes, I have a piston attached. So I may have to just grind everything, including the entire advanced rotor, down in between mining locations. Just extends the amount of
may have to
work I
rethink that whole
do.
situation.
Oh, it's not that much extra work. I mean, it's 1 more block or 2 more blocks because it's also the piston or the rotor head, but come on, fall over. Come on, guys. Alright, that works.
More construction. Well, I'm not doing construction bones, I'm doing steel plates.
Like, yeah, since we're talking about books and things, and you had that story that you are working on, mind telling me anything about it, or do you want to keep it hush-hush?
I don't mind, because it's probably never going to go anywhere anyway. But, it sort of takes place in its own world. It's not Earth, it's not this galaxy, it's not even this universe, per se. Originally, it was going to be a story of nations, but later on it became a story of a single person.
Oh God.
What? What?
This is terrifyingly hilarious.
Oh no, what's going on?
Well, right now the blocks on the Cornelius are pretty much not going to fall apart. I can tell you that, because
Well, I would hope
I have a couple of drills that are just the steel plates that had decided they were going to sit here and punch the ground.
Lovely.
I mean, it was hilarious.
That's nice. I hope you got that recorded.
Yes, I do. I really didn't know what to do, because I couldn't get close enough to rescue any of the other drills, because
What I need next?
they were going to be right on top of me. Let's see. But yeah, sorry about interrupting your story about your story.
Quite alright, quite alright. Well, originally, it basically starts at the Big Bang.
Okay.
And pretty much is a quick tale of the creation of the governing body that would be the Earth Mother of the world that it all takes place on.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, she gives birth to a flesh birth because she basically creates her own body. Not going into all the details, but basically she gives flesh birth to 3 children, and one of them inevitably becomes the evil of the world. Simple enough, you know where that's going. The 2 children that would otherwise be good and great and all that sacrifice themselves to get rid of said evil, their brother. Anyway, from those 2, and along with other critters created by the Earth Mother, other races emerge. And that's how you end up with these 6 or 7 different governing races in that world. And basically it was going to be a telling of 2 soulmates through 3 separate eras of the world's creation. It would have been early sort of high fantasy early on. Later on it would be more modern, and later on ultra modern, but essentially it would be the following of these people through the birth, death, and resurrection of their world. It got super complicated, and that's when I ditched it. Kept a lot of it though. I kept some of the creation myths, some of the a lot of what the races are, who they are, where they came from, and whatnot. But oh, hello, spider. Later on, I just decided, nope, we're just going to follow one person, and it was basically a girl from an outer town of one of the major cities, and it was going to be a revenge story, basically what it was going to be. Never went anywhere.
Let's get you up. It's doing it again over here.
Nice.
Except the entire drill it has been built. It's having collision issues between the multiple grids.
Right.
I think this is a client-side issue, however. Because no damage is being done.
Could be. But yeah, as you can tell, because I don't have a whole lot of book experience, it wasn't really going anywhere, and it wasn't sounding that great, so I kind of just left it behind. The world itself is still there, though. And it does have a little bit of potential to go somewhere as a world, as a place to tell stories.
Yeah. Yep.
I think I got all the top.
I may be going to orbit soon. I don't know.
That's not good.
Ooh,
and I've got jumping spiders again.
Well, we are drilling into the ground, so yay.
Always a good thing.
But it looks...
I turned you down.
It looks kind of like somebody is mashing potatoes.
Nice.
And your choice is whether the actual potatoes or the drone, either one. But mashed potatoes are being built over here.
That's awesome. I'll be right back.
Alright. Well, that one's looks fully extended. PIST piston. Piston 2. Oh wait, oh, bad one. Piston 2. PIS piston reverse. Yeah, I didn't realize we still had one more extension left there. Control pad. Okay. DI. Okay. Now, reverse. Alright. Badger, 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 badger.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
What was I doing? Okay.
I have seen bucking broncos that don't move this violently.
Nice.
I am terrified of what's going to happen.
There we go. Okay.
I wonder what sort of goodies I'm getting. Or if it's all stone so far. Oh, we have a lot of stone.
Oh, I'm sure. Kind of unavoidable now.
Mm-hmm.
One of the aspects I do kind of cling to in my story, and I would really, and to this point I still really like, is the void aspect. One of the elements that came out of me trying to create it into a world for people to play their own stories from is the fact that the quote-unquote Great War that had the, you know, the evil and the good and all that, it created these rifts in between realities. And basically their world became something of a hub world of all different realities. Basically people would be snatched from their realities into it from the voids, but being the rifts being opened up. And basically there were void priests that had the ability to close said rifts and whatnot, and the magic in the world basically came from the fact that on the rare chance that a child was born and a small rift would be opened up in them, and it sort of did weird things to their body. One of them would end up creating a nasty deformation and eventually create some of the monsters of the world.
I'm trying to remember. Give me a sec.
Mm-hmm. I'm out of construction plants. Really? How did I run out?
Yes, you are. You used them.
Apparently.
But your void concept reminds me of an anime called Familiar of Zero.
Don't know it.
Basically, you have it. It's a fantasy-themed slice of life romance type, and it's a fantasy world, and it's actually got several series in this world around the same characters. It's kind of like each season is a different series.
Yeah.
And you have Zero, who is this mage girl, who she's nicknamed Zero because she sucks at magic.
Awesome.
And the reason why she sucks at magic, it turns out, is that she is a legendary type of wizard or magician that uses void magic.
Okay.
Well, when they're summoning familiars, she summons someone from our world. Just a random teenager off the street.
Right.
Well, they haven't really developed technology because of magic, but other bits of technology have arrived in that world. So they don't understand how guns work, but guns are incredibly powerful. But he knows how to use them.
Right.
He knows how to use all these legendary weapons. And that's... Everybody they're like, you summoned a commoner to be your familiar? And so that's kind of the whole storyline is he is kind of bound to her now because he is her familiar. Right. But he is basically a superhero because he doesn't use magic and is able to use all these ancient artifacts that they don't understand.
And what was this called again?
It's Familiar of Zero.
Okay. I'm going to check that one out. That sounds really good.
The hell? Really? I have...
And we're out of steel tubes. Is Tim not working? Or... Oh, okay, right. It doesn't do that. I forgot. We need a mass storage Tim location. Just components with no restrictions, so it gets pulled in there. With priority set.
Yeah. We can change that up, but...
Yeah, it ain't important right now, just something later on. That way it pulls stuff out of the assemblers once it's done and puts it somewhere.
Yep. Alright, that's frustrating. I'm gonna have to fly over and look, because it told me there was resources there.
It lied.
I just got a whole load of stone because there was nothing there. But it said there was some.
Always lovely. Where did I leave off, right? Yeah, but that's interesting that there's that parallel to that. I mean, I guess it's not that original still.
Yeah. And I have a interesting concept for story. Mm-hmm. I actually have one story that kind of grew out of a thing when I was younger, creating a character, because at the time I had never seen the Hellsing anime or manga, and my friends were telling me about it, and I was trying to create a character that could, from their descriptions and what they said could and couldn't happen with the character, when they made Alucard sound a lot meaner than he actually is. But the whole thing was me trying to come up with a character that could take on Alucard. Mm-hmm. And then I created a story for the character, and turned into a story that was a post-apocalyptic battle between magic and technology.
Nice.
Set in the modern world. Mm-hmm. And humans were not native to Earth. They came in a ship called Aiden. That was a massive colony ship. And carried all the food and everything. And they showed up on Earth with a terraforming beam. And they arrived on Earth and dinosaurs were existing. So this is like 65 million years ago.
Right.
And there's a big fight as to whether or not they should colonize Earth. And at that point, there's kind of a mutiny. The ship is blown up, and the humans end up getting thrown out of Eden after firing the terraforming beam and killing most of the dinosaurs, except for a few that survived. And in essence, the dinosaurs that were equivalent to humans, mm-hmm. were dragons, and a few of the dragons survived for quite long periods of time before their race pretty much became extinct, except for the last one, who is an entity in the main story.
That's neat. Did you ever put anything towards that, or just the idea behind it?
I've written about 7 chapters.
Okay.
And it kind of went meh, and then the end result of that is the main character gains the ability to walk between dimensions and create his own. Well, taking that idea, another planeswalker, if you will, to borrow a term from Magic, becomes bored, creates a pocket universe.
Right.
And the one I'm currently writing takes place in that. And it's the idea is that the gods are there was a war between the gods that basically reset the technology and back to medieval period, and so you have wondrous artifacts around the world. The Industrial Revolution, and the gods were basically heavily imprisoned. Their souls separate from their bodies. Their bodies are
a bit of a Shadowrun feel there. Then
souls are basically in combined with the fact that the way humans use magic, ring of slightly damned. It kills nearby life.
Okay.
That story is going to be heavily influenced by Babylon 5, honestly.
Pretty good source material.
But yeah, that one, I have dragons in that story, but that's more of a title that one of the races has, which basically is their. The gods set it up where the dragons were the first race created.
Okay.
And or the drakes, if you, and the dragons are the ones that inherit the title of, inherit dragon, which is basically means the ones that are, what would the right term be? Elemental. The elementals, they control the elements. So, let's do a test hole. See if I get near any usable resource. It may have been I just didn't go down far enough.
Maybe. How far did you end up going?
I'm about to check.
I think I'm done with all that. Oh, there's some right there. Before I go, let me check my hydrogen. We're okay. My energy's about gone. Let me go fill up.
Yeah. That was my problem. I didn't go down far enough.
Well, that's not good.
That sucks. That means I need to basically build another piston.